Valorant Patch 5.12 is out. Here's everything that's new. Firstly, we have our massive chamber rework to look at. His headhunter has had a nerf to the stability curve, and now spread is increased after the second bullet when spamming. For his rendezvous, Chamber now places a single anchor that can be teleported to while inside its range. The radius of rendezvous has increased from 7.5 meters to 13 meters, and the teleport activation height restriction has been removed. There's an increased weapon equip time after teleporting from 0.4 seconds to 0.7 seconds. However, that does not include his headhunter. If the rendezvous anchor is destroyed at any point, the ability is disabled for the rest of the round. Chamber no longer has an additional cooldown when recalling his anchor after teleporting, and the health of his rendezvous has decreased from 80 down to 50. Trademark is now range restricted. It will be disabled when Chamber moves out of range and reactivate once it's close again, so it's like Killjoy utility. Trademark can now be recalled without line of sight, and it has a 30-second cooldown when recalled. The initial arm time has increased from 2 seconds to 4 seconds, and the health has increased from 1 to 20. His ultimate has had the fire rate decreased by 57.5%, and the slow field of both his ultimate and Trademark have been reduced from 6 seconds down to 4 seconds. Next up is Viper, as her ultimate has been nerfed. Firstly, it costs 8 ultimate points to use instead of 7, and now you can only spend 8 seconds maximum outside of her ultimate rather than 15. Also, the timer at the top of the screen for how long you can spend out of her ultimate now takes 25 seconds to fully refill. Now onto Harbor, who received 2 buffs. One is to his High Tide wall, the duration has been increased from 12 seconds to 15 seconds, and the other is to his Cascade. The duration when the wall has stopped has increased from 5 seconds to 7 seconds. Sage has received a nerf in this patch. Her wall now takes 0.3 seconds longer to fully fortify, and a weird change to her heal. The self heal now only heals for 30, but she can fully heal teammates for 100 HP. Now onto a few cost adjustments. Breach has been nerfed and its ultimate costs 8 points instead of 7. Omen's Paranoia got a slight buff, now costing 250 credits instead of 300. Phoenix's Blaze now only costs 150 instead of 200. Sky's Trailblazer now costs 300 credits instead of 250. But her heal now only costs 150 instead of 200. Now some quick context for the rest of the agent changes that I'm about to cover. The devs are making adjustments so abilities that output damage, like Molotovs, universally damage enemy objects that can receive damage, like Cypher's Trip. Because of this, there are a lot of small health adjustments so that 1 HP objects, again like Cypher's Trip, wouldn't get instantly vaporized by a Molotov, but are still one-shot to guns. So with that out of the way, KO's knife has gone from 1 health to 20, and as an additional change to KO, his ultimate got nerfed, so now it costs 8 points instead of 7. Yoru's Gate Crash now only has 60 HP instead of 100, but its cost also got decreased from 200 down to 150. Cypher's Trapwire has gone from 1 health to 20. Fade's Prowler has gone from 100 health to 60. Killjoy's ultimate got buffed, now having 200 health instead of 150. And her Nanoswarm has gone from 1 health up to 20. Razor's Boombot now only has 60 HP instead of 100. And her Blast Pack has gone from 1 health to 20. So his Recon Bolt also got this change, so it now has 1 health instead of 20. On top of all that, various damage multipliers have been updated so that Molotovs and damage dealing abilities don't deal as much damage to non-player objects. One major outcome of this change is that Breach's Aftershock can no longer destroy a Killjoy lockdown, so keep an eye out for things like that. Assist windows have been buffed, so Initiator players can rejoice. Basically, there's just now an even longer period of time where you can receive an assist if someone you stun or slow gets eliminated. There's also a new game mode today called Swift Play, which is going live for testing. It's very similar to Unrated, but just a condensed version of it, and the approximate match time is only 15 minutes. There's 2 halves of 4 rounds and it's first to 5 wins. Yeah, basically just a shorter version of Unrated to try out. Lastly, the Spectre has a slight range nerf. Originally, you could deal 26 damage up to 20 meters away. Now that's been reduced to 15 meters. And now you'll deal a little bit less damage from 30 plus meters away with a Spectre. That's it for this patch overview. It seems like this one could shake up the meta quite a bit, so let me know what your favorite changes or even what your least favorite changes.